Okay.
Alright, well, what we're going to try to do here is, this is to show a system here that we want to take this trailer, which we use on a daily basis, we would set up and then put everything back inside this trailer every day. We want to show with the possibility of rain, and this sometimes happens when you show up with a camper and a trailer of this size and you really don't have this big, huge of a parking lot, or there's a problem with the parking lot leaving a trailer full of tools overnight. Why, these are the systems you have to do. So right now, we have to make that station reappear here. Andre's done a few of these, so he knows exactly what I want. The most important part of the morning is the write-up. Good practices. I'm not seeing it anymore. We're in October. October is my way or, right?
The highway.
The highway. So you said it before, good practices, and we don't spend enough time writing things down. So he and I just walked this job. We're going to talk about a lot of
get into the camera.
Come on in. He wants you to be in the camera. What's important here is that everybody understand that the leadership must set the tone, and everybody must know two examples of what needs to be done. What's the 5 things you're going to do this morning, and what's the 5 things you're going to do this afternoon? Don't tell them the whole day already today. Just say, hey, here's our objective for this morning until we hit lunch. Then you're going to regather your thoughts, and then you're going to go, what are we going to do? The main thing about this camera today, though, is going to be how do you transform? Why don't you look inside there? Go inside there and take a look inside. How do you transform that trailer into this moving bus? So Andre's got a lot of great ideas. He's going to talk about a lot of them. He's gonna, as he said, you don't need to go all the way inside, man. Just enough. So he's going to basically come up and say, you know, what's the answer with the clips? Now, a lot of times you would know this already if you watch some of the videos of Dallas. You watch some of the videos of us in Chicago. It's where we've used trailers, U-Hauls before, but this is the norm. You will drive to a faraway country somewhere. You will park this in the hotel. You will back this thing up at the hotel, parking lot. You will do the swap, you know what I'm saying? And then leave this in the security of the hotel, and then take this. And like anything else, your first day, most likely, you're going to skip a few things, and you might have to do a couple of runs back and forth to go get the missing pieces. But otherwise, you're going to be setting up a full station. So Andre, as we talk about some of the pieces that are going to come in here, some of the pieces are going to come out here. So what do you want to first set up here? So let's start writing down one. Number 1, what do you want out here?
Tent.
You want to set up the tent. What do you want underneath the tent? Huh?
Tarp.
So we want to tarp it down, set up the tent. Make sure you put some weights near the corners of the tent, such as black boxes, heavy gray boxes, because you got to tie the tent down. Any wind coming. We got rain coming when? Midday, 11 o'clock, so we have to get ready. So we're not going to have a lot of station out here. So even though we got a blue tarp, we're going to have gray boxes out here? Where are we going to have the gray boxes?
Under the tent.
No. Where are we going to have the gray boxes? Inside the thing. So now, out here, the only thing you're going to have underneath the gray tent is you want your workstation out here. So let's write down workstation outside. What else you want out here? What else you want working out here? The folding table?
Plastic table.
You want the plastic table here or over here? Because we have 1 or 2. All right. So what can we set up in there to make two tables? You can use the black box, or what else have we used inside here to make up tables? Plank. So we have an aluminum plank over there that we can use. What about that ladder? Can we use that ladder? That 24-foot ladder, can we make that into a... Huh? Right, so now, can we use the hooks, grab onto this wood stuff and make great, holders to make a huge, long table using the aluminum plank, or if the planks are out far enough, we can use the aluminum ladder, right? What else can we do here that's going to be standard? What goes against this wall? Boxes. What goes on all the strapping?
Clamps and things you can hang.
Clamps and things you can hang. What goes in the front? Way up to the front of this. Well, yeah, you can put the top. But what do we usually put towards the front of any of our structures? All our tools go towards the front. What hangs out towards the back? What's right here on this back ass? over here. And we're gonna set up-
Non-valuables, paint, caulking.
So paints and stuff down here, electrical in the middle, tools towards the end. Every other box is here. You can hang the thing and create a nice aluminum workstation. Put the fold out here. What else can we do?
Sure, you can use a ladder jacks right off of that.
Yeah, use the ladder jacks. That's what and use aluminum plank, or you use wood planks if we have them. What else? All right. So let's repeat. So again, the most important part is not only talking about how we want the station to look, is that there's very little. Any rain comes, we work out of here. Now, what do you want to do here now that you've come here? We already had a meeting this morning. Everybody write this down. What are we working on? We're working on the whole structure. What are some ideas already for the first half of the morning that you want to have done?
Well, we're gonna take all the steps down on the lower staircase.
Yeah, we're going to take all the steps out, so that's what's the biggest problem we just found as soon as we arrived.
And the rubber and stuff.
They're all welded.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of grinding discs that we're going to burn here. So you got to get your grinding discs, your grinders out. You may need, we have a heavy grinder, a bigger grinder.
Got in my box there, going by this for me.
All right, we need the heavy grinders, not the small grinders. We need the heavier grinder because that one grinder can be doing the major cuts, you know what I'm saying? And getting and rolling around. What else we got that you want to do? What part do you want to work on? The whole thing or some of this thing?
All on the bottom staircase.
So we're only going to work on the bottom stair?
Yeah, we're gonna drill the rails in.
So you want, yeah, you want to get the machine going on these rails and start drilling all the bottom rails so that everybody has something to do. You got the power drilling machine, just drill all the rails, right? And that's every 2 feet put in a hole. Because after we cut it, the holes are already all with the pilots, right? So we need to set up our drill station, the drill sharpening station. What else we have? Did we find a drill doctor while we're out here yet or not? Okay. What else you want to do here? Got all the scraping to do, right?
Station.
So that's going to be once we get the scaffold, but you want to work on this part only, right? Today with the 3 guys you got? You may go all the way to the very top. If we get further, are we going to work on that at all?
No.
So we're going to work on this part and possibly, the upper, if we get fast enough through these treads. What else you got?
We're gonna back up those rivets with the bolts.
Yeah, well that's good. The drill guy, the guys, that's like a job for a Pete, right? Just, keep them drilling, popping in all these pilots everywhere. Just pilot the hell out of everything, and a lot of times you guys have to spray for him. If you get a spray can, if he doesn't know where to spray, you dot it for him. Just go dot it everywhere. So there's no question. What else? So Pete, take a look and show the inside of this trailer before. Just what we have to work with. Turn around, look at the trailer. Turn around and view the trailer from there. All of that is somehow going to fit. And I don't mean 100% of that, but a good 60 to 75% of that is going to come into this truck. Now this is also training for what we're going to do down in Jersey City. Jersey City, there's a U-Haul location that is central to everything that we do in Newark and Jersey City. And we're going to get a 10x10 or 10x15 station. That's about 10x15 station, right? And put all our stuff inside a 10x15 station. And every time we go down to Jersey City, we're going to rent one of the U-Hauls right there in the spot, back up to our location, our depot, and just fill it and get going. Let's go work somewhere. So this is going to be a great exercise. This job is about exercising options so that we know what we can and cannot do when we get to a job site. Okay? So Dan, in delegation, we talk, right? What's the proof that delegation got through? And people, delegate, write it down. What's the next
Talk
step?
to paper, make cliff notes. And
No, we already did that. So we talk, you write. What's the final piece of delegation that we horribly don't follow through? What is that? Explain it back to me. So now, Pete, give me the camera. And let's see how much, and Pete wasn't writing anything down, right? Because he was on the camera. But let's just see what his mind remembers. Pete, come over here. And just sort of repeat back what you heard of all the things that we need to do. And I mean everything.
We're going to empty that trailer
Yeah,
into this truck,
Yeah.
our truck. Then we're going to take out all the grates.
yeah, All the treads, yeah,
Treads.
and the grate.
We're gonna use the heavy grinder,
Heavy grinder.
the small grinder. We're gonna be scraping
We're scraping.
and painting.
We're painting, yeah.
What else? And that was it.
That was it. All right, now listen. That's what we call osmosis. He tried to absorb as much as he can through that hat of his. Dan, fill it up. Now you tell Andre how this job is going to run.
We're gonna set up our tent, set up a workstation. Our boxes are gonna start to move into this truck. We'll start to augment this truck with the things we're gonna use throughout the job. The trailer, for security reasons, is gonna be parked back at the hotel. Structurally, we're gonna start removing all the steps.
Before you get there, Dan, did you miss anything for the ground here?
Tops.
Talk about everything, every step. So you want a tent on the ground, a blue top on the ground.
Blue top on the ground, tent over it, bring out your fab table.
That stays downstairs, yeah. The fold out stays downstairs.
You're gonna set up a table out here and set up your workstation. Again, our boxes will start going into the truck here because we have rain coming. Working out of our boxes during the day. We'll augment this U-Haul
Yeah.
to travel back and forth with our equipment materials daily. As far as structural goes, we're going to work on the bottom section, remove all the steps, spray paint or blue tape areas where Pete can start drilling pilot holes. This is going to be good practice because we're going to get a 10 by 15 storage in New Jersey and start using U-Hauls in a similar fashion as what we're videoing today. So this will kind of become a standard.
Perfect. What about the cement? Any cement issues you want to get on with today because rain's coming? Is cement a good thing you deal with when rain is here? Is it a good wet activity? Right? Because we're going to have coverage here and stuff like that, right? So let's get our cement done. So we've got some of that to do. What else you got that they forgot? You got your list. Pop out your list and see what you got.
Drill the rails, right?
You got to drill all the rails all the way to the very top with a machine with the blue tape. Yeah. What else?
Scrape this thing.
Start scraping this thing. So we need scrape stations. Yeah.
Back up the brackets with the hardware.
Right. Well, he did that. When he mentioned the blue tape, blue tape everything that needs to be drilled. So that's the backup. Yeah. What else? Off your list. Don't use your head. Just see what you wrote down.
Cement footing,
Right.
drill rail.
So this is your write-up.
2 halves of the day,
2 halves of the day. You only think about the first half of the day. Don't worry about the second half of the day because things could change. Let me show you a write-up. This is more or less the amount of write-up you really need. Okay. So a lot of this, as this proves, somebody that's on the camera, that's not writing any of this thing down, they'll hear it. Yeah. And 5 minutes later, it's washed out. You write this stuff down. The most important thing not to get him because he doesn't have a notebook. What's he going to get today?
A piece of paper. 4-page. And
4-page.
golf pencils.
A golf pencil. And then what are you going to tell him to do? What are some of his duties now that he's going to write on the golf pencil? With a golf pencil. Is he going to deal with the cement and digging it up? Yeah.
Yeah. With this.
Let's find activities for him. So
with the lists, he can start writing. We can start transferring and delegating activities to him. Again, focus on five activities.
Yeah, five
Five activities in the afternoon.
Always give him 5 activities and just keep adding. And again, he does all the basic stuff: scraping, drilling, cleaning, cementing. But you guys are going to be impressed with what this truck is going to look like. Now, Andre already knows; he's already seen it. So just follow his lead. And how much of that stuff can you really pull out of there and put inside this trailer?
Quite a bit because it's all in boxes.
Yep. So don't skimp. Don't think you need to leave anything behind. You can leave the obvious behind. Don't drag things in here that you really don't need. But it's better to err on the side of caution and bring everything you need. If you got to bring the kitchen sink, bring the kitchen sink. If it's transportable, don't be moving the big yellow box in here. But he knows exactly what this thing is going to take, and bring extra. Okay. And then document the second phase. As it gets into halfway there, use this camera and document a little bit more, okay?
As we have rain coming in, it's obvious that rain moves in, we have coverage, we can start augmenting this truck. It's good rain activity, just like if we did a reset.
Right. Well, yeah, as a matter of fact, the more you can create a paint situation. But if I was you, I would also look at the blue tarp on this thing. If you guys put this van directly beside this and create the tent over the truck or onto the top of this truck using the ropes, you're going to see that this makes a great, shed for the winds and for the rain. You know what I'm saying? So using the side of this trailer with the aluminum, with the plastic off of that, sort of covering up to a certain point up here, because you're going to be working underneath. As you keep moving and cutting more and more of these pieces out, you're going to be working from underneath and looking up. Okay. Any questions? Don't forget, this videotape belongs to who?
Service.
But who made it? Right. I just started it. Anybody can take this video camera from now on, and you
Add
can.
to it.
No, you can. I know you can add to it, but this can become your video, if you understand what I'm trying to put out here. So if I start it and then nobody picks up this camera, then I'll finish it, and this will become my video of what to do with a U-Haul swap. Or if all of a sudden I just did this first video and we talked a little bit, and then you completed the remaining 75%, whose video is this?
Mine, or whoever did it.
Got it? So remember, 75% of every day is dedicated to what? Duplication. Not work, duplication. 3 to become 30 to become 300 needs what? Something to train with. Guess what I got? Something to train with. If you don't spend time to sit and think, because everybody just wants to get hot and heavy and grind and break bolt and relax the brain. What am I trying to make everybody do? Work in it or work on it?
On it.
This is an on it video. I want to see these every day. I will ask for these every day, because every fire escape we go to has a new challenge. Is there a challenge here? We have scaffolding challenges. We have this paint issue challenge. Don't forget,
The U-Haul challenge, every job is different.
after you guys get into this mode, I think one of the things you may want to concentrate on immediately is to get into some white suit and scrape everything as is before the rains arrive. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, if you think that's going to be too tight, then just move, because I think that's our weather coming, correct? That's our weather coming. So I think you guys are just going to get into the structural, and I think this bottom area with this thing, with this truck used as a block on one side and then the plastic on this, I think you guys are going to have an all-day adventure here, regardless of rain. Okay? Put this back in the bag. Fire Escape Services Training.